Hi everyone and welcome to Deanna and the Written Word. So today I wanted to tell you one of the weirdest things that I think Catalan does, which is the way that Catalan people tell time. If you have anything that you think is unique to languages that you know, put them in the comments down below because I'd be very interested. And if you know of other languages that have this kind of way to tell the time, then also please let me know down below. Okay, so I'm going to share with you the way that my dad actually explains this. And he says it's an optimistic way of looking at time. You can flip it and say that is a negative way because which one is better? To think that you're further away in the future or to think that you have more time? So you can see it both ways. But the way it works is imagine that every hour is a different glass and you will fill it with water depending on what the time is. So let's first go on to the easy bits. If it's 1 o'clock, we just say is la una en punt, which is the same as in Spanish. It's on the dot, so it's right there, 100. One thing that I don't think exists in Spanish but exists in Catalan is when it's 1 minute past, you can say son la una tocadas. It's the it's 1 o'clock but touched, which means that it's just been 1 minute after that time. And I don't know for sure if this is where it comes from, but in all churches the bells would chime the on the hour and then they will chime again 1 minute later. So I wonder if that means chiming and being touched in Catalan. You can use the same verb, just touching can be having rang the bells. So that might be why, I don't know. The next phase of how Catalans tell the time, and this is where you're going to see how weird this is, it's by quarters, right? So let's imagine is 1:30 or 1:30. The way that you do it in Catalan is that you imagine those 12 glasses of water or 12 glasses of probably wine that I've put in here. And the way that Catalans do that is that they say is 2 quarters of two instead of 2 quarters past one. So this is what I think is quite unique. You always go on to the next hour. So in this case, 1:30 would be dos quarts, 2 quarters, de dues of two. Another thing in here is that in Catalan you have genders for adjectives, just like in Spanish, but it goes a bit further sometimes. So for the number two, you can say it in masculine or feminine, and because ours are feminine, we are going to say duas in feminine instead of dos, which would be the masculine one. But let's get back to time. So we have that 1:30 is 2 quarters of two. 3 quarters would be the same. So the same idea. 1:45 is 3 quarters of two. Tres quarts de dues. Tres quarts de dues. And now we get on to phase three. And that is when you are 5 or 10 minutes past the quarter. So we're not in quarters anymore. Let's say it's 1:20. So you first look at which quarter is closest to the time that you actually want to know. So 20 is closer to 15 minutes past. We are going to use the basis of 1 quarter and then we are going to add 5 minutes to it. So the way this works is then, so we have 1 quarter plus 5 minutes of the second hour. Un quart i cinc de dues. When we get to 1:25, we are closer to 1:30 than we are to 1:15. So then we use the basis of the 2 quarters, which would be 2 quarters of the second hour, so dos quarts de dues, but now we take away 5 minutes. So dos quarts menys cinc de dues. Obviously, this gets even more complicated. What to say that is, 2 minutes past or 3 minutes past. And then there are various strategies. So you can literally just say 2 minutes past, or you can say it's 2 minutes past the time, or It's 3 minutes to. And that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if there's anything like that in any other languages. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I'll see you next time.